AI is absolutely the forefront of cybersecurity right now. Um, and we're going to go into that in the next couple of slides, but please know that just like any cool new tool, um, you need guardrails and everything. Give me an 11 in chat if you wouldn't just randomly get a table saw and give it to just whoever and let them use it. Okay. You understand the analogy I'm making here, and I am attempting to keep you awake with participation. But the point of this is, look, y'all, just slapping AI on something is uh hmm, maybe not the best approach. And I know that cybersecurity, listen, there are some parts of it that are sexy, and it's like, me dressed as Neo hacking the Matrix, which I wish was the case, but it's really just paperwork and meetings. Um, Here's a couple of good examples of what AI can do and why it's bad, right? We're not making a political commentary here on the usage and of AI and the energy that it takes and all the other things. We're just telling you what it looks like in the world. So Anthropic, their product is called Claude, they've effectively declared an inflection point where AI is now both good and bad. We declared that a while ago, Anthropic. Thanks for keeping up. We appreciate that. But it is interesting because Anthropic has started to find and disrupt AI-based attacks, right? And I'm going to go into why AI attacks are so interesting to us. And effectively, for those of you that don't know, cybersecurity is the fastest changing portion of the fastest changing sector, which is IT, in the world. The only thing that comes even remotely close to how quickly cybersecurity evolves is medicine. The reason is there's a ton of money in both, right? Cybersecurity, ever since Bitcoin happened, and if you're in the fundamentals training, we talk about this quite a bit. Ever since Bitcoin was invented, criminals can now be paid in untraceable, non-regulated, non-governmental backed currency that actually can translate into their own local dollars. So it allows them to fuel a pace of innovation and change we've never seen before. Give me a 12 in chat if you know someone that's ever had to pay a ransom, either professionally or personally. Right, good deal. I know more than I'd like. That's directly funding terrorism. I don't want to sugarcoat that. That's where this money goes, right? All the energy and time we spend. We think in 2025 the numbers aren't out yet, and Verizon will tell us. Verizon has a report on this. They do every year. We think it's about $10.5 trillion, which is, it's a country, it's the third largest country in the world by GDP. So this is the newest evolution, everybody, and this is why we do these type of presentations. It's going to change again. And if you're an Insight client and I come to you every year and say, Bob, it changed, I have to do something different, stuff like this is why. Anthropic is starting to find AI attacks. Here's how it works vaguely and generally. You use AI to create the code. Give me a 13 in chat if you've heard the term vibe coding before. Vibe code viruses? I mean, if you're real good at breaking, so we call this jailbreaking. Oh, give me a 14 if you've heard the term jailbreaking before. I am trying to keep you awake. So basically, there's guardrails on lots of things. That's why I use the term table saw, because they literally have those. And if you can find a way to break out of those guardrails, you can get the AI to do things like create code. So in this case, they found the AI is used to create the code. This happens to be a cloud AI, but I'm 100% certain you could use a local AI to do this too if you had enough computing power and technical knowledge. Then the AI agents just kind of attempt the cyber attacks, and they execute the payloads, and they go on, and all the humans have to do is review, right? What does this mean? Why is this interesting to us? Well, the first thing is iteration, right? AI is not good at everything, and it will never be good at everything. In fact, most of us would agree it's not particularly great at most things yet, but it's getting better, right? It's miles better than it was, and it's only going to get better as the AI companies literally suck up all the computer hardware for years. OpenAI, just in case you just fun trivia, OpenAI has an open contract to buy basically most of the world's RAM, like computer memory, for the next year. OpenAI is literally not making money. They don't have money. So I'm wondering how they're doing this, but they've done this. They're just sucking this up. They're just going to continue to continue to get better and better. So what they can do here is revise code faster as we get closer to closer to artificial general intelligence (AGI) and closer to just better iteration. You're going to get AIs that can code themselves, right? And OpenAI is already attempting to use itself to code itself, which is really interesting. There's also a decent amount of examples of big hardware companies like Intel and NVIDIA, and I'm not even going to ask if you've heard of those people because one of them is the most valuable company in the world right now. They are using AI to write drivers for their hardware. There have been some quality changes, negatively, but that won't always be the case. So this code gets revised more quickly, right? The second thing we're worried about is stronger and faster attacks, right? Give me a 15 and date yourself with me if you've seen the original Jurassic Park. Let's go. I got one. There we go. Okay. Now, you remember the scene where the velociraptor tests the fence but doesn't test the same part of the fence every time and it learns? Yes. Demila gave me an 11 with the 15. Appreciate that. AI is really good at that, right? It's really hard to to test all of the holes if you're a human. It's a lot easier if you're an automated machine, right? So give me a 16 in chat if you've heard of the term security through obscurity. We're getting a couple. All right. Thank you. Effective, that means you didn't know you could do that. AI does not have that limitation. It's just going to try everything. So when we do things like for our organization and our clients, when we scan external IP addresses and we're looking for vulnerabilities, we're trying to patch things, it's because AI is going to find them better than humans can do it. There are some things AI does a lot better than humans. Pattern recognition is one of them. Makes the attack stronger and makes the attack faster. You can hit everything at once, right? Give me a 17 in chat if you've heard of a DDoS attack, distributed denial of service. So for those of you that have not, a DDoS attack, thank you for the participation, all the usual IT suspects, fellow nerds. A distributed denial of service attack is where I just simply overwhelm your computer or server or data center with requests so you can't respond to your customers, right? In this case, I can overload your security systems by testing everything at once, leading to what we call a race condition, meaning I hope, as the bad guy, that my attack gets in before your good software comes and stops it because it's too busy dealing with other things. That's something we're considering right now because you can just overwhelm with computing power, which we think is, scary.